Good morning, everybody. I am just trying to do a quick update, and it's easier to do those just to go live real quick. Can always adjust um, the text and stuff in the log later. So I have been doing a lot of crocheting. Trying to get ready for this event my daughter had us sign up for. So I will have something, not a lot, but something anyway. It's hard to do a lot of crocheting when you got a baby on your lap. So I'll just show you guys some of the stuff I'm making to take. So I have like this little dress. I still have to finish some more of the bottom part of it. But this is some of that Vanna's white sparkly yarn. So they can put like a little top up under it if they don't think it feels next to skin soft to them. And I don't know if it'll show up. There you go. You can see the sparkling. But I'm still working on that one. And I finished this one. Just got to put a button on the back. This was with what yarn was this? So I love this yarn. No, they went out. They closed down. AC Moore. It was some of the AC Moore yarn. I think. If not, I think I have the. But it's it had the variegated part. I got it from AC Moore, but it wasn't their AC. It wasn't the. What is it, Michaels? I think it might be the Michaels. Yes, it's the Michaels Craft, the softer one, not the old one that was kind of like Red Heart, the old Red Heart. So yeah, it was this value stripe Craft Smart from Michaels. This was the yarn, and then I got the gray was some. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. The solid orange is also Craft Smart. So I just matched it up while I was there. But I really like the way that gray and orange and white went together. So yeah, I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised at how well that turned out. But I gotta get a little button or a hook to close the back of it. But other than that, this little dress turned out pretty nice. So then I made another one using some scraps from another project, and I called it Pink Lemonade because that's what it made me think of. And it's a little top with yellow and pink. The yellow is Lion Brand, this one for Lion Brand, the Pound of Love, and the pink is some leftover from one of the premier dollar store yarns, I do believe. And this one is super soft and squishy, guys. So the other one is too, but that one might not be next to skin soft. So then I had some fun fur frou-frou yarns, and I decided to make hair scrunchies out of those because I only had like one ball of this one. And so I made hair scrunchies. So there's several. I just gotta sew in the ends on all of these scrunchies. And so then I had made two of the sparkly black ones with the variegated sparkle. And I still have this ball. This is some of that stuff that you get out of the dollar bin at AC Moore. You know, they had like those little balls of samples that you're testing them. If they sell well, then next thing you know, you see the full skein showing up in their stores at the next time that they put out their new yarns. So I really like the way this one shows up on the scrunchies. So yeah, but AC Moore is no more. And then this was some of the Vanna's sparkler yarn right there. I have a little bit of that left uh, as well. This is all that I have left of that from doing that top. So I got to figure out what to do with the rest of that, because I'm trying to get rid of all these little one skein, off skein things. So I'm trying to find projects, and these scrunchies work very well for that. And so then this is another of those um, novelty yarns, and B liked that one. She wanted one of those, so she got one of those. Um, and then this was another of those tape yarn, novelty yarns, and then I put them over the scrunchies. Very fast and easy projects, and there's a bunch of those. I used up all of that yarn, so I was happy with that. So this is how many I got off of that one. So yeah, so I'm actually having fun because they're fast, and they're using up yarn I've been trying to get out of my stash for years. So I got a whole stack of those I got to sew in the ends for. And then I had went to the dollar store the other day to look for some of that premier yarn in the small balls, which the dollar store nearest me didn't have any, but it's the hood dollar store, and I guess they think we don't craft. I don't know, but there was none in there. And so then I had to go to the larger dollar store over at Janif Shopping Center, and they had plenty of it. Had two stacks deep in the rows. And it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17. It was like 20 boxes of yarn. And I just went through and picked out the ones that I liked. And so they had some of the Just Chenille. And this is a good way to try some of the premium yarns. And if you like them, you can go to Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I don't know if Hobby Lobby might sell. I don't know if Hobby Lobby sells their yarn or not. But you can go to other yarn stores and box stores that carry yarn such as this, and you can get the big balls of it for like a blanket or something like that. Be more economical than just buying a little dollar thing. But for my purposes of what I'm doing, I didn't need a great big one because my attention span right now isn't that great, and getting stuck with a great big ball of yarn like that Pound of Love just frustrates me, because then I have to find a project to use it on, a project that I want to be stuck on for a while. So getting these small balls of yarn is actually pretty good for me right now to try and get some of these other things out of the way. So one ball of yarn, and I made, one of them's not here, two of them's not here. So one ball of yarn, I made 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these scrunchies from for one ball of yarn. And so I think that's a pretty good. Like B saw it and she said my pink hair tie. So of course she got one. Then I took one of her old hair ties and I made one using that. The other thing that I've finished, excuse me guys, is been making some dish scrubbies. So I just looked at a picture of some scrubbies on Pinterest and it was simple, so I didn't have to use a pattern. Just if you've been crocheting long enough, you don't, some things like this you don't need a pattern to do. It's just like you're gonna start off a hat. I think I put 10 or 12 in the center. Then I did 2 in each of those. These were half double crochets. These are double crochets. And then I did bobble stitch, cluster stitch, however you want to call it, around the edge. The same way if you're making sunflowers. It's a similar concept. In the back, all I did was I just crocheted across 3 or 4 stitches, and I just did double crochets across to the other side, and then I just picked up those stitches and then tied it off. And then you have like your little hand thing for your fingers. Like I got big hands, like I'm gonna get 3 fingers in there to scrub your face. And then so you have the one with the back on it, and then you have the 2 plain ones. And this is using cotton peaches. Is it peaches? So sugar and cream cotton, this cloth cotton yarn. So I got, out of one ball of yarn, I got 2 sets, 3 sets. This is a larger one, and 4 out of one ball of the sugar and cream. I even had some leftovers to do 2 more from that. Or did I use both balls? I can't remember. Let me look in the bag and then I can tell you for sure. And this was some leftovers, some more of that pink yarn that was left over. And I just added some white cotton yarn to it that I had, like this white cotton yarn. And I just added it to that to make some scrubbies, just to use those leftovers. The last project I have to show you guys that I finished, I did just this morning. It only took about 45 minutes to an hour. And the only reason it took that long is because I was watching Fiber Spider's video and pausing the video as I work. Let me get this so I can see if I just used the one ball or if I did use both of those balls of yarn. I can't remember if she bought me 2 balls of that one or just one. So yeah, so no, that was 2 balls of that red heart, of that sugar and cream yarn. So I used both balls. That was 2 balls of sugar and cream. So I used all of it, which is good. This is my cotton yarn. It's not all Michael's yarn. Some of it is the Premier Just Cotton from the dollar store. And these are 96 meters, 104 yards, 85% cotton, 15% polyester. And then this is from Knit Picks, their We Crochet cotton that I wanted to try. So yeah, so that's all the cotton that I own for my massive yarn stash, which my stash isn't as massive as some people's, because most of my stash is actually fiber for spinning. So I made a divine hat using Fiber Spider's tutorial here on YouTube. I'll try to remember to post a link to the description box in this video. That's the word I was looking for earlier, description box. And so I used the Premier Just yarn, and it's worsted. It's 131 yards, 100% acrylic, and it's a 4-weight worsted yarn, 4-ply worsted yarn. It's number 4. And it was perfect for making this hat. This is all I had left. This little bit right here. Perfect yardage. So if you have some of those balls of yarn, then follow Fiber Spider's tutorial. Depending on your tension, you may have a little bit more yarn left over, a little bit less yarn left over, or you may be playing yarn chicken, depending on your tension. But my tension, it was perfect, absolutely perfect yardage for one of these little hats. So if you have some of that yarn, you've been trying to find a project for it, this is a perfect crochet project for that yarn. And it makes a nice, stretchy, adult size beanie. I followed his beanie tutorial. If you want it to be a slouchy hat, you simply just make more of the last row excuse me, rows 10, 11, 12, and 13. So instead of stopping at row 13, you would actually do, as many rows as you need to get the slouchy look that you want, because that's the last increase you do, is those rows. And instead of doing 2 rows of the front post, back post for the brim, I did 3. And that's why I ended up with just this little bit of yarn left. So yeah, but this is called the Divine Hat. I know you can find this pattern over on Ravelry, probably on Pinterest. It's been charted and written out by different people. And there's several YouTube videos for it. Fiber Spider put up a video today, and so I decided to follow it, and it was just absolutely perfect. I'm telling you guys, it's just this. I did this hat in under an hour, but I'm pretty sure once I get used to the pattern, I can probably do it within 35 to 40 minutes. That's how quick this pattern is with worsted weight yarn. But then again, I am a fast crocheter, and that's with me. What was with me watching the video. That's why it took me so long, because I wanted to make sure that I did it right, and I'm very pleased with the results. So I got my hair up in the scrunchie today, so I'm not going to try and put it on. I'm not a head person anyway because my hair is thick, and I'm not trying to start sweating. I will not give myself a heat stroke. But that's everything that I've gotten done this past week. Um, Today I'm going to finish up this dress, and I'm going to make some more divine hats using the Premier Just Yarn from the dollar store. And with the chenille one, I'll be making some more scrunchies. Um, and the scrunchies I got from the dollar store too. They're those flat ones. I also did some with the round ones, but yeah. So I'm gonna be making some more of those using these little balls of yarn that I got from AC Moore before they shut down. And I'll also be making some pot holders, some of the magic pot holders, and with the rest with the crochet sugar and cream, with the sugar and cream, not crochet. It's for more than you knit and crochet with. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get rid of all my little balls of yarn, and then I'll start back working on big balls of yarn. These are the ball bands from all the yarns that I've done so far. So I'm very pleased with that. That I'm getting some of this stuff out of the way, these partial skeins here and there. I thought I had some more stuff. If I'll check the video I did before this one to see if I showed you guys some other stuff. I think I already showed you guys that stuff. And if not, then I'll do a quick little update video next Saturday, and I'll show you all that stuff. But I got four more weeks, I think, before the event to try and get as much stuff done as possible. The last week before the event is when I'll actually stop and start weaving in the ends, putting the buttons on everything that I make. But it's actually I don't. It's on September the 18th, so I only have 2 more weeks to make stuff, and then a few days to weave in the ends on everything. So yeah. But that's what I've been working on, guys. So I'm just gonna let you go. I just wanted to do a quick update. Yes, I dyed those unruly gray hairs, and it's only been 2 weeks, but it's already growing. It's yeah. But as you can see, my dreads, they are shoulder lengths now, and I'm very pleased with them. My friend Lovely, that was one of my coworkers. She doesn't work there anymore, but she's a beautician, cosmetologist, and so I needed my hair done, and my regular lady that does my dreads, she wasn't available. She's very busy right now. So I went to my friend Lovely, and she did an awesome job dyeing my hair and redoing my twists for my dreads. So I was very pleased with the results. And that's pretty much it. I'm getting ready to let you guys go because I'm going to be doing some running around with my daughter in a little bit. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Have a nice Saturday. Oh yeah, I got to go out to the garden too before it rains. I got to go get my tomatoes. I saw one of my aromas has turned. Now this is the thing. I'm allergic to tomatoes. They make me itch. I break out like a fine rash a lot and I itch. But I eat them anyway because I absolutely love fresh tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes on mozzarella. Oh my God, it's so good. But if you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna deal with the consequence of the itching. So, but I love growing them too. So I've been running out there grabbing them. And the cherry tomatoes, they are so sweet. That variety, I got those chocolate striped ones. They're just so freaking good that I gotta take and let some of those dry out so that I can have the seeds. And yeah, they are some I will want to grow again next year. Maybe train them up over the fence, plant them close to the fence, and let them grow up the fence, and then I just walk up to the fence and just pick tomatoes. But as the season progresses, the cherry tomatoes are actually getting bigger and plumper. The first ones were like, little, barely thumb size, like the tip of your thumb size. They really like that. The ones now are actually like that big, like that big around and fat. I have to get them because we've been getting a lot of rain lately, so I have to get out there and get them and get my okra. We all know how fast okra go. Oh my god. You just spot it. You spot one and it's like the tip of your fingernail, and then the next day it's this long. So yeah, those yeah. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna do a sweet tomato stew. But that's what they call, my mama called it stewed tomatoes. It's basically she just cut up a bunch of tomatoes and put them in a pot and let them simmer, and then she would add butter and sugar to it and with some hot buttermilk biscuits. Oh my god, it's so good. Y'all just don't know. But that's what I'm thinking of doing with it. It says I'm gonna add okra to mine, and so stewed tomato with okra. And it's a sweet stew. It's more of a dessert than it is an actual, dish. But what do you call it? Savory. Savory. Is that the word I'm looking for? But it's really good, and it tastes so good over hot cornbread or hot biscuits. It's almost like when you do the apple compote, however you say it, where you boil the apples until they start breaking down, and then you add um, sugar, a little bit of cream, and a little brown sugar. You basically sweeten it to taste, and then you can spread it over bread or add it onto something, however you want to, biscuits, whatever you want to use it for. But it's really pancakes. It tastes really good on pancakes. But yeah, it's just a simple country dish that is very satisfying as far as the taste and flavor. And since you're using homegrown tomatoes, I can't explain how good it tastes. You guys just gonna have to grow you some tomatoes and make your own. It is just really, really good. So yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and that's all I have to say for today. And wish me luck for the next 2 weeks of getting as many projects done as possible. So y'all take care. You broadcast. Oops.